In 2021, Brandon Baldwin drove drunk down Alameda and clipped a public service aide and police officer who was trying to pull him over. Baldwin pled guilty to 1 count of assault and 1 count of aggravated DWI. He was sentenced to 2 days behind bars, but will not have to go to jail because of time served.
A man who was out on pretrial release has been arrested in connection for 2 drive-by shootings. Dominique Spicer is accused of shooting at his ex-girlfriend's home and her mother's home on March 8th and 12th. No one was hit, but police found bullet casings at both scenes. Now, he was arrested on Tuesday during a traffic stop. The state has filed a pretrial detention motion in that case.
Prosecutors want a man accused of assaulting officers to remain behind bars until trial. Police say Christopher Romero broke into an apartment last Friday. When officers got to the scene, they say Romero became aggressive and started a fire in the apartment. The fire was put out, but the woman who lived there lost everything. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. It is a cold start to the day, so wear your warmer layers. But layers are key. It's going to be a milder afternoon, 62 degrees with mostly sunny skies.
APS students will be spending nearly a week longer in school next year. The APS school board approved that calendar last night. The change is a reaction from the school board to the recently passed the House Bill 130. The calendar brings students back to class on August 3rd and shortens the summer and fall breaks while lengthening winter and spring breaks.
The governor also signed a bill that will add more protections for reproductive and gender-affirming health care in the state. Senate Bill 13 protects both healthcare providers and patients from civil or criminal liability for seeking out or performing this type of health care. The bill also protects a patient's personal information. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index for today. It is going to be low. We'll see cold temperatures this morning, especially in the northwest, and some critical fire danger in east central New Mexico due to the dry air in place.
Several students at Navajo Prep showcased their words in a new published piece highlighting native tongue. Navajo Zine is a new poetry magazine that highlights the culture and history of Diné people, but also of other native cultures. Almost all of the works published came from the high school, with 15 juniors and 13 seniors published in the magazine.
Well, today marks the 1-year anniversary of the start of the largest wildfire in New Mexico recorded history. The Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon fire started when a Forest Service prescribed burn from January of last year reignited. The governor signed a bill this week banning burns on days when the National Weather Service issues a red flag warning.
Former Vice President Mike Pence could soon testify before a grand jury as part of the Justice Department's investigation into efforts by former President Trump to overturn the 2020 election. This just a day after Trump pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, a separate case brought by the Manhattan District Attorney. Erica.
Traffic, the maps are clear, no accidents or slowdowns. And here's a live look to the Big I, starting to busy up out there. We'll let you know as things pick up even more.
Well, Easter came early for this California Police Department. Now you're going to see little Percy right there, or Officer Hops as he is known. His official title is Wellness Officer. That's with the Yuba City Police Department, an outlet for stress for officers and staff who see a lot of bad things out there. An officer found Percy abandoned while on a call. Now, she took him to an animal shelter, and after a few weeks with no family found, she adopted him and gave Percy not just a home, but an office and a little vest.
Very important. At number 5, several Native American students are showcasing their words in a new published piece highlighting their native tongue. Teachers at Navajo Prep say this new project allowed their students to think a little deeper of who they are and where they come from. Navajo Zine is a new poetry magazine created by poet Vinaya Yazi, not only highlighting the culture and history of Diné people, but also other Native American cultures. The collection is bilingual and has works in the Diné language, including other native languages. Almost all of the works published in the magazine came from the high school, with 15 juniors and 13 seniors.
And at number 4 this morning, a popular trail in Santa Fe County set to see some big changes. The Spurt trailhead is closed until further notice. This comes as crews work to build a network of roads just south of the city. The $20 million project will include 4 miles of new roads and 6 new roundabouts. Now, once the construction wraps up, the trail will still be accessible, but it's going to have a much different look.
And at number 3, it's going to be a warmer day. We'll be seeing highs in the 50s, 60s, and 70s across the state.
And number 2, today marks the 1-year anniversary of the start of the Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon fire, the largest wildfire in recorded New Mexico history. Now, the Forest Service says that they're making sure that a fire like that won't happen again. The Calf Canyon fire started when a prescribed burn from January reignited in April. Now, the Forest Service says that they made significant changes in federal prescribed burning. The governor signed a bill this week banning burns on days when the National Weather Service issues a red flag warning. While that does not apply to the feds, they plan to follow it.
And at number 1, APS students will be spending nearly a week longer in school next year. The change came after a lengthy discussion between parents and school board members during last night's school board meeting. The change is a reaction to a recently passed House Bill 130. All New Mexico schools are now required to bump up classroom time to 1,140 hours a year for K through 12. The calendar the board approved brings students back to class on August 3rd and shortens summer and fall breaks while lengthening winter and spring breaks.